man named David Sandberg had a vision. He had a dream, he had a goal, but he didn't quite have the funding to accomplish that goal. So he went on Kickstarter and had the fans try to help him out. He didn't quite get to what he wanted to make a full feature-length film, but what he did make was a half-an-hour short film that he put on free for YouTube, and I'll put the link to this video in the description below. What we have is Kung Fury, and it is a half an hour of some of the craziest, off-the-wall, hilarious, most badass, well-done short films I think I've ever seen. This was awesome from beginning to end. If you're a kid that grew up in the 80s or you were born in the 80s and you appreciate the old school action movies from the 80s and the ridiculousness of some of the things in the 80s, you will absolutely love this film. The score in this film is fucking brilliant. It's one of the best I've ever heard from any movie. I downloaded it and I've listened to it over and over again since I did. The action looks great. I mean, for having such a low budget, it's actually very well done, and sometimes it looks better than anything I've seen in a film nowadays. It reminds me almost of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I think this is the closest we've gotten to something like this. The action is actually surprisingly well done, and they have those shots where you kind of feel like you're watching point A to point B, like Streets of Rage fighting game. It just kind of goes horizontal back and forth. It doesn't have a lot of cuts or a lot of shaky cam, and it's very well done and very clean shot. And I like how they incorporated certain aspects of the 80s, like bad tracking on a tape and the old school cell phones, and just all the ridiculous shit that you remember from the 80s are in this film. Overuse of dinosaurs, hacking, you name it, it's in there. The overbearing police detective, the ridiculous origin story that never seems to come into play ever again. It is just fantastic. It hits on every single 80s cliche you can possibly think of, and it nails it. And it never takes itself too seriously, which is great about it as well, because it is, in its truest form, a parody film of old school action and old school 80s films. And to be honest, if this did get a theatrical release or even a VOD release and it was a full hour and a half long film, I can't see why this wouldn't make a top 10 list for me, because it just hit on everything that I enjoy about movies in general. I thought it was fantastic. So again, if you haven't heard of this, I'll have a link in the bottom in the description box. Go check this out. It's called Kung Fury. It is a phenomenal half an hour that you will not regret watching. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I fucking loved it. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Please like this video. Please subscribe at the end of the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.